Size Eyes on the Skies.
We've had a lot of rain and showers earlier this week. What's coming up for the rest of the week?
Plus, Zane and Satre is in the studio for a national forecast. All that and much more. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Go. Welcome back to Size Eyes. I am joined now by Lindsay Matthews. Hello, Lindsay.
Hello, Caleb. How are you doing this week?
I'm all right. I'm ready for Thanksgiving break, you know?
Yes, me too.
Give me a little rundown here. I need a little break to go home, have some good food.
Yes, definitely. Catch up on some sleep for sure.
Yeah.
All right, looking up on clouds and radar, you can see a lot of the rain and showers we've been having this week. Looking at tomorrow, 8 a.m., 47 degrees, noon, 51, some showers in the morning. But once we get to the afternoon, some of that precipitation will have cleared.
And now time for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1928, a winter storm struck Iowa, producing significant amounts of sleet and freezing rain across portions of central, eastern, and northeastern Iowa. Many utility poles and wires were snapped, and thousands of trees were destroyed. Over the course of the storm, more than 2 inches of rain, or freezing rain, fell along and southeast of a line from Dubuque to Oskaloosa to Mount Ayr, with the highest totals including 3.44 inches at Kesakua, 3.20 inches at Washington, and 3 inches at Fairfield. The heavy rain led to flash flooding in some areas, which produced considerable damage. And now here's Zane with a look at your national forecast.
Thank you, Caleb. It's been a wild couple of days of weather across the country. We'll see if that's going to continue coming up.
And now we are joined by Zane with a look at what is happening around the nation.
Thank you, Caleb. There's a wide spread of temperatures around the nation right now. If you look at in the mountain west, 30s, 40s, even lower temperatures up in the mountains right now. In the eastern half of the country, high mid 60s, 50s, even down in the upper 70s in Florida right now. So a lot of spread out there. In the northeast, New England, Augusta, Maine, 33 degrees right now. Boston, 37. New York, 47. Pittsburgh, 59. And Washington right now at 53 degrees. In the south, much warmer. New Orleans at 77. Atlanta, 63. And down in Miami, 79 degrees. Very nice right now. Out in the west, Salt Lake City, 36. Right in that large pool of cold air that's right in the mountains right now. But then out in the Pacific Coast, Santa Monica, 62 degrees, and San Francisco at 58. North of there, the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, 50 degrees right now and some rain, Salem, 56. And then once again, interior parts of the country, Boise, 44 degrees, Billings, 43 degrees. In the Midwest, kind of a mixed bag right now. Pierre, 35, North Platte, 37. On the west side of that low, east of there, Des Moines, 60, St. Louis, 66. So quite a spread of temperatures. Highs today, same story. Mountain West in the west, 40 degrees, low 40s, widespread throughout the mountains. East of there, 60s, 70s, even 80s south in Florida. Clouds and radar right now, there's that low pressure system sitting right over Kansas. Wrapping around the backside is a lot of snow. Parts of Kansas and Colorado had 6 to 8 inches even today. And then east of there, severe weather draping along this cold front headed over Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Zooming in on that low pressure system, there it is. There, look at the heavy bands of snow wrapping around the west side of that low in Kansas and Nebraska. East of there, a lot of rain, Iowa, Missouri, and down into Arkansas again. watches and warnings out there. There's that snow. Again, blizzard warnings in eastern Colorado, western Kansas, winter weather advisories in Nebraska, Kansas, and parts of Texas. Really weird considering they had tornadoes and severe weather out there yesterday. East of there is where that severe weather is now, with tornado watches and flash flood watches and high wind warnings throughout the south. And we zoom in on that. There, that is again flash flood watches to in Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Mississippi, and then those tornado watches in Mississippi and Louisiana. Futurecast, there's that low pressure, or not the low pressure system, the cold front, there's all that rain in front of that, and it's going to continue to work eastward throughout this week. Watch as it continues moving even in, to the eastern seaboard of the country by Thursday morning, and it continues to move off that low pressure system to the north and east as we move into the end of the week. Highs tomorrow, much the same kind of as as that system moves to the east. Colder temperatures to the west of the low, east of there, 60s, even 80s again in Florida. So all over the place. Our travel city today, Broken Bow, Nebraska, right in the middle of that snow. So you see that snow ends when we get into Wednesday. High jumps up to 48, and then really the cliff drops out under these temperatures when we get into the weekend. 32 on Saturday, and then temperatures recover as we move into next week. Caleb?
Thanks, Zane. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. On average, how much snow does Ames receive in November? Is it A, 1 inch, B, 2 inches, C, 4 inches, or D, a trace? Now we have Lindsay with your Iowa forecast.
We've had a lot of rain and pretty warm weather so far. What's the weekend going to look like? I'll have more after the break. Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. I'm Lindsay Matthews. Luckily, later this week, we'll have some rain clearing out. Thursday looks like it'll be windy, and will we hit snow on Friday? Let's take a look. Current conditions, we have 58 degrees with a south-southeast wind at 10 miles an hour. Current temps in the state of Iowa, we have 44 in Sioux City, 46 in Council Bluffs, 55 in Mason City, and 59 in Waterloo. Current winds, we have a southerly wind, keeping it nice and warm, 25 miles per hour in Ottumwa, 12 miles per hour in Des Moines, 16 in Council Bluffs, and 15 miles per hour in Sioux City. Clouds and radar, you can see all of the rain and showers on and off that we've been having throughout the day. Taking a bigger look, you can see that low pressure system that Zane had the opportunity to talk about earlier. Looking into the future, you can see that we have more rain and showers throughout, a little bit of clearing. Unfortunately, it gets a little bit rainier, a little bit cloudier, until finally we have some pretty good sun coming up on Thursday, and later that'll get a little bit cloudier. Tonight we have a chilly 31 degrees hitting below the freezing mark. Lows tonight, we have 48 in Mason City, 44 in Sioux City, 46 in Fort Dodge, and 55 degrees in Davenport, Iowa. Looking at tomorrow, we have 51 degrees, still cloudy, rain early in the morning. Highs tomorrow, we have 51 in Mason City, 51 in Marshalltown, and 53 degrees in Ottumwa. Looking further into the week, you can see that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, still cloudy, still rainy, still moderately warm for this time of the year in November. Unfortunately, on Saturday, although the sun does come out, the temperatures do take a nosedive. And that leads you into next week.
Thanks, Lindsay. Let's take another look at tonight's trivia question. On average, how much snow does Ames receive in November? Is it A, 1 inch, B, 2 inches, C, 4 inches, or D, a trace? And the answer is B, 2 inches. We get 2 inches of snow in November on average.
Well, we're about halfway through November and we haven't had any snow at all, so it's a pretty peculiar year for November.
And the nearest chance is what, Friday, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Once those temperatures finally hit below 32 degrees, we do have the opportunity for snow.
I'm excited for the snow to come.
I am too. I like snow. But I mean, well, yeah, because we were talking about Christmas earlier. I like Christmas too, but I'm focused on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is I'm looking forward to it very soon.
I'm ready for some turkey, some mashed potatoes, some stuffing.
Pumpkin pie, right?
Oh, yes,
That's the
for
best.
sure.
Well, that concludes our show tonight. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. You can find every show online at YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again right back here on Tuesday.
Or Thursday.